Hi. Hey. So, you're probably here for some Subnautica below zero content, right? I'm probably right in that assumption. Well, I actually have a lot of stuff, and I have something that is a major spoiler. So if you don't want the story of Subnautica below zero spoiled, you need to leave this video right now. And this is your only warning, because this is actually really spoily, and we're going to connect a lot of dots officially. Now, there is one thing I want to move into before we move into the new rocket and the storyline and what's going to be happening and all kinds of fancy stuff, and that is the ice worm, or the giant worm. Now, I bet you didn't know we can get that in-game right now. Right now, you see right here, I can actually bring the ice worm in-game right now. Do you want to know how that's actually done? You do? All right. Well, what you do is you press F1 and F3 to bring up these menus and then close them so you can access your command prompt right there. This little thing right here that we can use. Now, once you've pressed enter and you open your command prompt, what you do is Google Subnautica mods and then download the worm hull plate mod. Oh boy, that was pretty mean. All right, I'm sorry. That was a little bit too mean, but we're gonna actually move into the real stuff now, the meat and potatoes of this video. We have a lot of concepts to look at, so it's time to go. Like I said, this was your only chance to escape the spoiler. Recently on the Trello for Subnautica Below Zero, there was a Google Doc posted. Now, assuming they would not make a carefree mistake on leaving something open for anyone to view, I'm going to show you what is contained in this Google Doc, which is very spoily, just so you know. Within this Google Doc, we actually find the text between the player and Sam, someone we are working with. The Emperor is here and the PDA. Now, I've already read down through this, and I gathered some information, and I believe I have a clearer idea of what's actually happening. We're also going to get a better look at the Vesper space station than ever before. So this is Act 1. We are different, but go together. That is the Emperor. Then we have contact from the Vesper. This is Vesper Station. Research Station, come in. Hi, Sam. Is Jeffrey with you? I haven't seen him. We lost contact with his GPS tracker up at the research site. Right off the bat, we do know there is a research site, and it is most likely precursor in nature that we've set up around. Moving down more, we hear from the player. Understood, I'll go take a look as soon as I'm ready. Sam replies with Roger that. And then the player says, and Sam, the formal bit's cute, but we shared a womb, which I assume to some extent these people are related, or even twins, who knows? Would it kill your career to act like we'd met before? Sam replied with, damn it, Robin. So now we know our name is Robin. You know I'm up for vice president. You know these conversations are monitored. The player replies, I don't care. Who knows it's cute? I've been here 2 weeks and we've hardly spoken. Sam replied with, because you insisted on transferring straight to the planet. Find Jeffries. Player responded with, yes, ma'am. Now, after some time, we assume this is what happens when we go searching for Jeffries. There is a warning and access denied. Continued efforts will be denied forcefully. And that's from the alien facility. So we assume we found an alien facility somewhere under the ice, and, well, unfortunately, we can't enter. And then the player responds, how do you know my name? I come in peace. Because the alien facility at some point said Robin and Goodall. So our name is Robin Goodall, and we work for Altera. And then the player said, Sam, the building just powered up. It spoke to me. Sam replied, do you need emergency assistance? The player replied, I'm fine. No sign of Jeffries, just his PDA on the ground. Sam replies, Robin, I'm seeing an electrical storm on the sensors. And then there is a thunderous crack. The player responds, I think it's already here. Sam says, that cavern isn't stable. You should get back to the base. The player says, Sam, and then, damn it, So we assume that they lost contact from a storm. Then the PDA activates and says your environment is no longer safe and your PDA has rebooted in emergency mode. Be advised, remaining above ground will result in lethal exposure. Sam said, Robin, do you read me? Player replies back, Sam, I'm copy. I saw the storm come in, we lost contact, I thought, and the player cuts them off with, I swam out through the ice tunnel. So now we know something catastrophic happens, a storm. We're next to a research facility or a precursor facility that somehow knows our name and about something about us and warns that we can't enter and we're not allowed to, and we will forcefully be stopped if we attempt to enter. During the events of something horrible happening, we do escape, and that is through some kind of ice tunnel that is underwater. Now, presumably, we are above ground, freezing on the ice, more or less. Sam replied with, are you hurt? I'm going to request a rescue shuttle. The player says, no, I'm okay, but I'm exposed. I need shelter. Sam says, I'll send down a temporary habitat. Make sure you're at the surface. The player responds, Sam, the facility, it said my name. It warned me not to go further. I need to know why. Sam replied, don't do anything impulsive. The drop should be visible now. Look up. Then the player responds, thanks, Sam. I'll let you know when I get there. Now the question is, what is inside the facility that is being protected? Or, I guess, maybe it's the coronavirus inside the facility and they just don't want it to release from there? Who knows? There might be a reason why they're locked out of the facility. This is probably going to go deeper into the story, and we don't really have anything to make a concrete or even educated guess just yet. Obviously, some time passes and the player responds on radio, Sam, I'm at the habitat. Any luck with Jeffrey's GPS? Sam, we're still getting interference. Don't even think about looking for him. And then the player responds, believe me, this weather has frozen the heroism right out of me. I just want to get settled here. I'll be in touch. And then that is the end of what we can see for Act 1. Now, all of this obviously is subject to change, just to be clear with you. Again, I'm going off of the assumption that they would not be careless to leave something like this public for everyone to read, more or less, seeing as I've checked other documents and they were correctly sealed away and stuff like that. So that's basically that. What we're going to do now is look at a privated video of the exchanger rocket. There's two separate videos that I'm going to show you. First, we're going to focus on the rocket, and then we are going to move into the background and pay attention to that stuff. So let's start off by seeing the rocket. So that was the rocket launch. Now, there are a couple things I want you to pay attention to in this. Right here, we see a supply drop of some form has landed down there. We see a drill over right here. This is the drill I know because they had the weird distorted texture there and stuff like that. We have some kind of item here that we don't know what it is yet. We have a temperature gauge, I assume, right here as well. And we're going to move in through this even further because there was actually something that I had noticed that I didn't notice during my previous viewings of this video clip. And that is right here. We actually get a look at what appears to be the Vesper space station. Well, it's kind of close. Looking kind of close at least. But anyways, you get the idea. And then the rocket launches up. So I assume this is bringing valuable stuff to this space station up right here. Which if it looks this big up right there, well then obviously it's a huge space station. I'll be free camming up there to check it out for sure. And we get a PDA message from Sam. Sam is the person we were looking at text from in the previous document. And they said, I'm tracking the payload. I'll let you know if we find anything. Yada, yada, yada. Nothing too fancy. And that's basically that. Now this is going to be a side view of the rocket. We're going to do the exact same thing. Watch this. And then we're going to check for anything that we may have missed, though I don't think there's anything here. Actually, there was a command launch rocket that was used. I like the animation for this too. I just wish we had the sounds and stuff to go off of it too. The launches up. Obviously, it's a little bit buggy because, well, that piece was there. This time around, I didn't actually see anything worthwhile in the background. That's kind of unfortunate. Looking out right here, I don't even see anything in the water, and you can tell it's a very early prototype of the environment even because, well, there's nothing really fancy or polished about it. In fact, the rocket and stuff looks so high quality, it almost looks out of place in this scene. So the next thing I have for you is actually something that I had found on Google Drive from the devs of Subnautica. Now, this is more so stuff that was buggy and not really that interesting, but I'm still going to show you because you guys might actually see little hints of something that's happening and stuff like that. But this is more or less bugs that were on the Mac and stuff. And again, I'm under the assumption that if this wasn't supposed to be public, they would have locked it down, seeing as past stuff has been locked down well and we can't really access it. So you can see right here, some issues with them rendering things for a Mac. Again, some smoke and stuff that shouldn't be there, I assume. We can see some of the Arctic environment. We see two of the penguins over right here to the left in the environment as well, which is kind of interesting. We actually have a video of the hover bike as well, which I'm going to show you right now. So right here, we can actually see the hover bike in-game, somewhat at least. It's a very buggy iteration of things. Again, these are issues with Mac, and everything is going to be repaired, don't worry. That's more or less what I wanted to show you there. And then we have the hover bike again, over water. It's not supposed to be like that. The water looks horrible as well, and, well, everything seems a little bit buggy. Hey, wait, what's that over right there? I don't know what that is. Now, I don't know how many of you know about this creature. Well, then again, probably everyone here watching this video, more than likely, you yourself, you know about this, right? I'm willing to bet you do. This was created by Alex. Now, there were actually some variations recently revealed over on ArtStation, which we are going to go down through right now. This is the translucent variant of this unnamed creature. They've temporarily named it this, but like that's not the official name or anything like that, to what I understand. But this is kind of cool. This is like its own take on the Ghost Leviathan. It's translucent. It has the same bioluminescent lighting of the Ghost Leviathan. All around, this thing would give the Ghost Leviathan a run for its money. I would actually like to see this more than the Ghost Leviathan, to be honest with you. We have how the teeth will actually work, which this reminds me of those deep sea drilling rigs that they actually have and stuff like, you know, the bit heads and stuff that they have. That's basically what all of that reminds me of. This is just a mess. And just so you know, this is a confirmed Leviathan class creature. This thing is going to be massive. This right here, this is an old image. That's not up to date at all. This thing is like doubled in size or tripled in size. It's like the size of like a sea emperor now. Anyways, moving on down more, we actually get a better idea of how the jaws would work and how this thing would look in general, which is crazy. We actually see right here its teeth and how it actually opens. It reminds me of the alien penguin and how that creature actually opens its jaws as well to reveal a ton of spiky teeth. But this one also has some fiercely strong mandibles that it can also use to inflict, well, most likely death on you. Now we're going to move over to Twitter because these were actually tweeted out a while ago, and this is the Twisty Bridges biome in-game with their polish and all that stuff, you know, a more finalized state, I guess, of how things should and will look when we get access to the DLC. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I actually like it a lot. It looks really nice at night, too, with all the bioluminescence here. I really can't wait to explore this when they actually release the DLC. Like, can we just get the pre-order bus going so I can buy this already? And we have some concepts of icebergs. Again, lots of fancy stuff happening, and I would imagine this one right here especially would be more man-made than anything else, or at least precursor-made. Some of these might hold secrets inside of them. And we just got a couple more right here again. These ones are, I'm wondering where the blue glow is actually. Like, where did they put that? Might just be earlier concepts they have that in. This was a concept of the brine wig, and when it attacks, it freezes prey and then obviously eats it with its nasty, ew, that looks gross. You get the idea there. Now, I've looked down through this Trello very, 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 very particularly, trying to find things that may be around. I unfortunately haven't seen too much. I can show you something actually. Hang on. There was this small, I guess, Google Doc of, I guess, what sounds they're going to have and stuff like that. Nothing really too fancy. It just kind of gives you an idea of how things will, quote-unquote, sound, more or less. Nothing really here, but I figured I'd include this too. So while browsing the wiki, I actually came across these rock puncher animation videos, and I figured you guys would want to check it out. I was going to include these in some previous video content that I had made for you guys on the Subnautica Arctic stuff, but unfortunately I didn't actually have time because the video had already exceeded the amount of time that I allotted for it. So I'm showing you in this one instead, so you get an idea of how this creature looks when it moves in the in-game world. Again, things are subject to change. They've probably updated these and made them look better. Here is the other set of animations, some kind of combo and stuff like that. Actually, we see a lot of different animations right here too. Let me just skip down through these. It has scarier mandibles than I thought, and this is obviously the signature mantis shrimp type of attack where it can use its little hook things and attack. Mantis shrimp is probably the cutest animal in the world, by the way, but you get the idea. Whoa, that thing can jump. Holy crap. Like, I haven't actually previewed these videos yet, so this is kind of a surprise for me. I don't think it's supposed to be able to jump that high. That's kind of ridiculous. Then again, I guess maybe it's an underwater environment, so like it would make sense to an extent that it could jump that high because it's only water, and I guess so. Here is the attack. Ooh, damn, that is actually kind of scary. That thing would definitely puncture a Cyclops. Oh, that is nuts. I actually think I read somewhere that this thing will eat rock grubs or something, or eat rock stuff, something like that. It's something along those lines. So I actually just came across this while I was editing this video together, actually. We're on the wiki page now. And on this wiki page, it explains apparently inside that facility I had shown you previously where we have the lights set up and all that fancy stuff, the cave, whatever. There is actually a precursor conscious uploaded to some kind of device there. Let's just dive in a little bit more and see what this is about, because we can reference in the current state of Subnautica that we found conscious precursor minds stored in precursor tech. Al is a member of the precursor race who will be present as a character in Subnautica Below Zero. It seems that Robin Goodall, the person we play as, will have to find and scan parts of Al's body throughout the story. We're actually going to potentially see how the precursors looked if this is accurate, and we have to find body parts. When Kara broke out, Al's mind was likely stored while his body was destroyed, mostly at least. Al appears to be unique in that their mind has remained conscious, unlike other stored minds, which are in a dormant state. Al appears to be capable of broadcasting messages as shown when he denies Robin access to the mountain cave base, which, again, this thingy right here, and we had seen in the script prior to this and the entire conversation leading into what we're seeing now on the Wikipedia page. It is unknown whether he is located within the facility or is broadcasting from elsewhere. And I assume once we, I guess, get into the facility, we'll find out if Alan is actually there. And then trivia, obviously, Al-N, or Alan, is likely a play on words for alien. So that's kind of cool. And that, my friends, is it for now on everything I have for you on Subnautica Below Zero. That's, like, I'm keeping so up to date with this game because it is one of my most anticipated games besides Fallout 76. I don't know how many of you are excited for Fallout 76. I'm like incredibly hyped. You can leave the video now, by the way. Like I'm basically done. I'm not even going to continue with myself. This whatever. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on everything you have seen in this video, and if you like the idea the story has so far. There are some unanswered questions, unfortunately, but that's life. We live and we learn, so whatever. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one.